Robocalls. Many of you just want those annoying calls to stop, and now there's a way that you can end the calls and make money too.
We're talking about some people bringing in thousands of dollars. Josh Helmuth explains how and introduces us to a Colorado man who's been cashing in.
You likely get them all the time. Telemarketers blowing up your phone with the help of auto-dialing robots. Despite blocking the calls and using the National Do Not Call Registry, the robocalls still keep coming in. But people like Clint Steiner may have found the solution.
It was one call. The guy called me, and I settled for $1,000 in about 20 minutes.
And that was just one robocall he's recently taken from his home office in Brighton.
You know, somebody just posted a text that they got.
Clint spends time each day surfing a forum that helps consumers fight back against robocalls, with tips on how to research who's actually been calling you.
I've received a lot of health insurance for some reason.
A category for every imaginable type of robocall and how to handle it.
You know, and sometimes they'll just tell you the pound sand.
And over the last 2.5 years, Clint has gotten much better at catching his callers.
I usually try to get them to email me.
He records each call, takes careful documentation, including screenshots and recordings of each robocall.
Which insurance company you have right now?
Nationwide.
Each type of call necessitates different types of research, but with his organization, patience, and simply by answering his phone, Clint has made some serious cash.
It's well into the 5 figures, mid 5 figures for sure.
Simply by holding illegal robocallers accountable.
Looking at your phone and seeing missed call, missed call, missed call, missed call, deny, I'm in meetings. I mean, it's just annoying.
And once you find out who the real company is behind the robocall, that's a cash call. A robocall from a legitimate company of which you can hold accountable, but also actionable spam texts and ringless voicemails. Some people say the process isn't complicated. Much of the time, you don't need an attorney. They're simply using this guide they paid for, titled Turning Robocalls into Cash, written by this guy, Doc Compton, a consumer law expert from Texas. Included in his kit, template demand letters that encourage these legitimate companies to settle out of court because of their illegal calls.
I was getting 15 to 20 calls a day, just like, many Americans are right now. And I took one of the demand letters I used to use when I was working for a law firm, take the attorney letterhead off, send it out, and see if they would negotiate with me in much the same fashion that they typically would a law firm. And to my delight, they did.
But why would robocallers want to settle with you? Well, because unless they have your expressed prior written consent, all robocalls are in violation of federal law. The Telephone Consumer Protection Act makes it illegal for marketers to call you using an auto dialer. In fact, each illegal call has a penalty of up to $500. And if you're on the Do Not Call registry, that penalty can triple up to $1,500 per call.
It seems amazing, but these companies really are making so much money that if they have to pay out a small amount in settlements or judgments awarded by courts around the country, it's a cost of doing business. I've actually had multiple robocall companies tell me that they look at it as an advertising expense and they simply don't care.
But that's the trick, is finding out who the company actually is.
That's absolutely correct. And people are very quick to say, oh, you can't get any information out of them. Yes, you can. You just need to learn how.
But one question remains. Why don't more people try cashing in on robocalls?
One, I guess they don't know that it's an option. They don't know that it's easier than what they may think it is.
Until then, Clint is making it look easy, happy to multitask, cashing in until the robocallers stop.
You know, the goal of this is not to get more calls, it's to stop the calls.
Josh Helmuth, News Channel 13, Brighton.
Boy, you'd have to be organized. Since he started cashing in, Clint says the number of spam calls he has received has dramatically dropped, but he still gets 5 to 7 a week. For information on how you can make money off of those calls, head to krdo.com right now.